Alright everyone, welcome back again to another exciting part of Umineko. We're already about to reach the halfway point of episode 5 at long last, and it seems like everything is just getting more and more interesting by the minute. So if anything else guys, I hope you all continue to enjoy. Thank you again for the love and support, and let's continue on with this. Alright everyone, welcome back.
そこの扉一枚向こう側に詰めかけるのです。そこで夏日様は金蔵様と怒鳴り合いをしているかのようなふりを一体何時間続けられるというのですか？不可能です。
その不可能をなんとか36時間逃げ切らねばならないのです。
It's amazing to me that this is all possibly going in her head. She's having all these scenarios and conversations to ensure that her ruse goes uncaught, so that uncaught, that's not a word. So that her ruse is never discovered.
やれと言うならやります。私は後宮夏日、後宮家当主の妻です。それをやれと言うなら、私は何日でもここでお父様と怒鳴り合いをしているところを演じましょう。
Even Natsuhi understood that there was no way she could manage it, but she could no longer see any chance of victory from a plan which involved making an illusion of Kinzo walk around. Banging on the desk several times with tears of intense emotion streaming down her face, Natsuhi alternated between groaning from her headache and placing the blame on one thing or another. It was enough to make one feel that there was a curse which made anyone who sat in that chair do the same.
これは奥様が逃げる詰将棋ですな。詰将棋ですから、相手のキングはない。決められた手数を逃げ切る以外に、奥様に勝つ手はないのです。
その手数か。あと1日半もあるなんて。多すぎます。
考えることをやめるでない。降参するでない。愚痴はわらわが聞こうぞ。だから音を上げるでないぞ。そなたの絶対にこの苦難を乗り越えようという絶対の意志が絶対の結果を紡ぎ出す。それこそが絶対の魔女の力。その魔力を失ってはならぬ。必ず乗り越えられると信じよ。きっと妙案は浮かぶ。だからそれを考えることを投げ出してはならぬ。
そうですね。わかっています。私が乗り越えねば、他の誰にも乗り越えられぬ困難なのです。
そうとも。それを乗り越えてみせよと、そなたは金蔵に託されたのではないか。金蔵は、そなたなら託せると認めたのだ。
お父様。お父様。
お師匠様とロノウェが手は考える。もちろんわらわも考える。だが、主であるそなたの許可なくばそれも許されぬ。だからせめてそなたは、戦う意志を捨てるな。諦めるな。
わかってます。わかってます。でも、もう、疲れ切ってしまって。頭痛が耐えられなくて。どうして私は、こんなにも冷え切った書斎で、たった一人で泣いているの。
Because you're stressing yourself out.
どうして主人は今、ここにいてくれないの？
I was honestly thinking the same thing. Like, what's Kraus doing? Isn't this supposed to be important that no one finds out that the father is dead? Because if they do, it will ruin his plan of trying to earn his keep. Back when dinner ended, Kraus claimed to be dizzy and went to bed early. Of course, he had done this to get enough rest to ready himself for the long day ahead. But to Natsuhi right now, it felt as though he had just gone straight to sleep and pushed all the burn onto her. However, complaining about such a thing would mean that she had failed as a wife. Wasn't it a good wife's duty to work hard and think of the family first even when her husband was resting? Regretting even her anger at her husband, and unable to determine whom she should be angry at, Natsuhi continued to sob. If only Kinzo could just speak to her kindly at times like this. Bieto searched for him, but Kinzo had been nowhere to be seen in the study for some time now. Perhaps Natsuhi had noticed this as well. Though she took pride in fighting alone and supporting from behind, thinking of those as the responsibilities of a good wife. Without anyone to validate what she was doing and say it was needed, she was now so frail that she couldn't even stop her own tears. Just as Bieto was thinking of words she could use to console Natsuhi, Virgilia tapped her lightly on the shoulder. If words of consolation don't come from the mouth of the right person, they can sometimes do more harm than good. Therefore, Virgilia silently urged Bieto that saying nothing was the best course of action for now.
ああ、お取り込み中にごめんなさい。部外者だけど発言いいかしら。
ガープ、今は慎みなさい。いえ、この場にいる限り部外者も客人もありません。発言を許します。
ありがとう。さっきロノウェイは言ったわ。これは夏日が逃げる詰め将棋だとね。詰め将棋はどうして負けるの？キングがチェックメイトされるからでしょ。言われるまでもないわ。そして敵にはキングがない。だから夏日は自分のキングを逃がし続けるしかない。
なるほど。その手ですか。もうその時が来ましたか。
どういうことです？何か手があるというのですか？
夏日はゴールドスミスの死を隠す一番最初に提案してるわ。それを使う時が来たということよ。
失踪ですか？その一手を親族会議の今指すというのですか？危険すぎます。
After successfully resolving all of their problems, they would have to lay Kinzo to rest, and the way to do that was to make him disappear. One day, Kinzo would go out of the forest, into the forest, and never return. They wouldn't be able to find him no matter how much they searched, so he would be declared missing.
さっきリーチェも言ったわ。野に逃れたネズミを捕まえることはできない。そして森に消えたゴールドスミスを捕らえることもね。
But wouldn't he know his way around his own island? He's lived there for a good long while now.
それで言い逃れられると？この最も疑われた今にその一手を指すなど、まさに自殺にも等しい一手です。
疑われるでしょう。まさに疑惑と呼ばれるに等しい一手でしょう。しかしこの書斎に彼らが踏み込もうともぬけの殻。金蔵様を捕らえることは永遠に不可能で、その死はこれほどまでに疑わしいにもかかわらず立証することができない。
36時間どころか永遠に金蔵の秘密を守ることができるんじゃない？もちろんそれにふさわしいリスクを背負うことになるけれど。その一手を指せば確かにこの場を乗り切ることはできようが、失う名誉も計り知れぬぞ。それでも確実にこの場を乗り切れる一手よ。もちろん疑惑を大きく背負うわ。でも死なない。
確かにそれはそうですが、
関東大震災で後宮家は本当だったら滅んでいるはずだったのよ。それを狂気の天才ゴールドスミスが再建して、あなたが守りたくなるくらいに立派に再建してみせたわ。なら今度はそれを あなたたち新しき当主夫妻がやってみせるべきなのよ。
ほう、そういう煽り方をなさいますか。
煽りじゃないわ。当主夫人としての覚悟を私は聞いているだけよ。泥をすすってでも後ろ宮家を守る覚悟があなたにはあるんでしょ？
あります。
You know, this probably would have worked a lot better if this new character called Erica wasn't in the picture.
今がその時よ。泥をすすって生き延びられるならいくらでも飲み干しなさい。あなたは苦害を這いずって生き延び、やがては必ず栄光を取り戻す。この序列第33位のガープがそれを約束してあげるわ。ガープ。私がこのタイミングでここへ遊びに来たのは、きっとそれを望む偶然の神々のお導きでしょうよ。守ってあげる。後宮夏日。対価は不要よ。あんたに仕えてるリーチェからすでにたっぷり前払いされてるわ。
Gop seemed quite cavalier, but she was actually possessed by a strong sense of duty. She was the kind of person who just couldn't leave someone in trouble alone.
前払い？
That sounds off.
はて、わらわがいつ？記憶にないぞ。あなたがどこにしまったか思い出せないマジックアイテムの数々。随分とちょろまかせてもらってるもの。見つからないのは、やはりそなたの仕業だったか。返せ！幻の金髄賞とムーンステッキ返せ！まだくっつけて遊んでないのに！私から授けられる魔法と作戦はそんなところよ。ゴールドスミスを誰にも見つけられない世界へ私は隠すことができる。この魔法が必要になったらいつでも言って。その直前まで夏日は他のもっと無難な作戦を思案すればいい。
And by that kind of magic, you mean lie.
確かに。
Honestly.
選択肢を残すことは心のゆとりを残すこと。心にゆとりなくして妙案も生まれぬものです。
I mean, it's not that unthinkable. You can consider a lie a magic because you can, if you're good at it, you can convince someone of your own reality, which is the reality that Kinzo had gone missing. That's pretty interesting in of itself, I guess.
夏日様、夜は短くありません。ガープの手は最後の切り札とし、今は策を練りましょう。そのご許可をどうか。そして必ず成し遂げられるという信頼と魔力と絶対の信念を我らにお与えください。
I get the feeling that Vergilia is representing Natsuhi's more rational side, as opposed to Gop, who is like the representation of her more desperate need to quell whatever possibility the family has of finding out about Kinzo being dead in the first place.
あんたが信じれば私がそれを叶えるわ。あんたが疑えばそれも私が叶える。
It's kind of similar to how, what's her name?
未来をあなたが作りなさい。
Having Kinzo go missing and doing it right in the middle of his family conference, that was truly a last resort. Hiding this final trump card in her heart, Natsuhi decided that she would grope around for a different plan until the last second. After all, this long, long night had only just begun. And it was long, not only for her. Burncastle and her pieces had just as much time.
足をえぐりて殺せ。これで完成だ。
なるほど。やはりえぐるとはそういう意味だったんですね。またしても私の推理は正解でした。
The feel of the last one was clearly different from all the ones before, making the two of them almost certain that they had activated some sort of mechanism. However, as far as quick glance could tell, there was no dramatic change, such as an entrance of some sort of opening. Apparently, they would need to do just a little more before they could find it.
すげえよ、お前は。これで本当に黄金が見つかったら、俺とお前で山分けだな。
Alright, even this battle is something out of character.
知的興奮を楽しめただけで十分です。私が好きなのは謎解きだけ。報酬はそれが正しかったことの証明だけで十分です。
She shrugged it off, saying that just seeing the go would be enough. Then she crouched down, peering fixedly at the gimmick that made up this key. It's no exaggeration at all to say that this girl really loves solving riddles. Her fondness for treasure hunting is fueled by romanticism regarding the process of finding hidden things, and she has no interest whatsoever in getting the treasure for herself and becoming a billionaire or whatever.
なるほど。よくもこんな仕掛けを。あなたたちの不運は私をこの島に迎えたことでしたね。ただ碑文がそこに存在するだけで、フルドエリカはこの程度の推理が可能です。いかがでしょうか、皆様方。
As she said this to the mechanism she had exposed, she grinned at it. That smile had a bit of triumph on it, but it was more fully characterized by the small bit of unpleasant disdain it contained. After solving the riddle, she was probably reveling in the pleasure of having won against the one who had proposed it, as well as the way she could now scoff at this person.
これで黄金が見つかれば、次期当主はクラウスさんでなくあなたですね。
どうだろうな。
クラウスさんってちょっと傲慢な方じゃないですか。偉そうって言いますか。そのクラウスさんが一夜明けたら、おいに黄金も次期当主の座もかっさらわれていたなんて、なんだか愉快ですね。
Erica was still crouched down as she spoke, her back to Battler as she toyed around with the mechanism.
ジェシカさんでしたっけ。私に意見した女の子。
うん。
あの子、自分の父親が次期当主だと威張ってましたね。彼女は今夜が明け、バトラさんが全ての黄金を受け継ぎ、自分の父親がもはや次期当主で亡くなったことを知ったら、どんな表情を見せるんでしょうね。
A little bit of, Burncastle's popping out from Erica now.
別に俺は200億を独り占めする気は毛頭ねえぜ。ま、せいぜい1割ももらえりゃお腹いっぱいさ。あとは親族で仲良く分けりゃいい。
That is if the family doesn't go out their way to kill you and everyone else.
次期当主なんてもっと興味がねえぜ。クラウスおじさんに喜んで押し付けさせてもらうぜ。
No, in order for him to be the head, he also wants the whole amount of 20 billion for himself, so that's not likely.
果たしてそう簡単な話で済むでしょうか。それを推理することよりは、今はジェシカさんが明日どんな表情をしながら、どんな負け惜しみを口にするかの方が推理の対象としては楽しい気がします。
お前性格悪いな。
おや、謎解きが好きという時点で推理できませんでした？私、人が隠すことを暴くのが好きな知的蹂躙者なんですよ。碑文の謎解きもそうです。
じいさまが満を持して隠した黄金を暴いてやりたかったんだろ。
ええ、最初はそうでしたが、途中から目的が変わりました。
途中？何に？
ジェシカさんです。私の推理に口を挟み、高潔かつ高尚な時間を汚しました。 だからあのジェシカという子に思い知らせたくて。
お前本気で言ってんのか？
I don't like that giggle.
私はどんな相手でも屈服させます。それが私の唯一の優越です。まだ推理必要ですか？後宮ジェシカは私をムカつかせた。だから私は身の程を思い知らせてやりたくて碑文を解くことにした。そこから導かれる今の私の感情、推理可能ですか？
This time I turned my back on her in earnest. Did I get so caught up in the fun of this riddle-solving game that I allowed her to lead me into making a terrible mistake? That's right. I could have worked out that this would happen. With the riddle solved, the relatives would probably get into an uproar about who will be the successor to the head. Dad and Kide-san will probably make a fuss about how I, the discoverer, should be the successor, and the other relatives not thrilled with that prospect will probably oppose them. Despite how adamant Erika was about it, it isn't written anywhere that the one who solves the riddle of the epitaph becomes the successor. Because of this, it'll lead to a fight between those who are willing to accept that and those who aren't. To reason out what will happen next, as Erika suggested, it will probably turn into an ugly fight between Uncle Kraus and the rest of the relatives. When Jessica finds out I solved the riddle, will she admire me or curse me? I don't want to think about that now. Erika is still mumbling. I think it would be a conflicting emotion of both. Like, obviously she loves you as a cousin, and I think she respects the fact that you found out, that you're able to figure it out, but she loves her father, so it's going to be an issue either way. Apparently, she had already started trying to reason it out. As I began to feel very bad, I lazily gazed out into the black night. Then, I looked at the dimly lit outdoor light and saw the silhouette of a person in front of it. I thought I must be seeing things. The sun. After all, it was unthinkable that someone would have been standing there the whole time, pounded upon by the rain even without an umbrella. However, the silhouette didn't move an inch, and maybe, no, it couldn't be. It was looking at me. And it was. Oh, get the hell out of here. Grandfather. In that instant, I understood. Grandfather had probably been watching us solve the riddle the whole time. And he had seen us, as he spectacularly solved the entire riddle of the epitaph. Without a doubt, Grandfather smiled faintly. Grandfather, who had never worn any expression that wasn't moody or frightening, looked me in the face and smiled at me for the first time, almost as though he was saying, "Too smart for your own good," or else, "I never thought it would be you." However, this was the result chosen by Grandfather's epitaph, so I was sure that he had accepted that result. He grinned one final time. Of course, he didn't use words. His smile seemed to be silent expression of a single word: superb. I didn't know how I should respond. I couldn't do anything but stand there in shock, ignoring Erika as she crouched down, mumbling with her back towards me. Then, Grandfather stretched a hand out from the folds of his cloak and pointed at something. When I looked in that direction, what I saw there, the thing he was pointing at, was probably the guidepost to the Golden Land. Go. Grandfather had undoubtedly said that one word. I nodded to show that I understood. Seeing this, Grandfather nodded back, satisfied. Then, with a spin of his cloak, he disappeared, seeming to melt into the darkness. The expression on his face at the end was truly and finally satisfied. Smile.
聞いてます？バトラさん。私の推理。
見つけたぜ。あれが黄金鏡への道しるべだ。
え？あ、さっきと向きが変わってる。
I'm trying to figure out who Kinzo represents in Battler's eyes. That's the thing. Who could be Kinzo at that moment?
なるほど。あちらへ進めという意味ですか。良い観察力ですね。
じい様に教えてもらった。
え？金蔵さん？どこに？
行くぜ。見せてもらおうじゃねえか。黄金鏡ってやつを。
I don't like the look of Naraka's face right now either. We started to walk. The entrance to the Golden Land was right there.
我が碑文がついに解かれたか。そしてバトラーがか。愉快この上なし。
When I think about it, I was also ahead that no one saw coming. How interesting that the one who would succeed me as a head is also a person no one saw coming.
これにて我が生涯に一切の未練はなし。ベアトリーチェそなたのもとへ行くぞ。我が碑文が選びし奇跡を手土産にな。
Battler of all people. That Battler.
なあ我が生涯の最後の最後に我は真の奇跡を見たり。ベアトリーチェこの賭けは私の勝利だ。
I'm not gonna lie, I never expected Battler to laugh like that too.
体食性以外には金に換金物としての利便性を見出すことはできませんね。これを現金化するには随分の手間をかけそうです。
At the end of the crude underground tunnel in a VIP room which was so beautiful that it seemed out of place, there was a pile of gold so large that there could be no doubting its 20 billion yen worth. Erika was calm, but Battler couldn't suppress his excitement. As for which of the two was the correct reaction to show after seeing a mound of gold, only those who saw the scene with their own eyes could say for sure. In this day and age, it is said that the average salaryman earns about 200 million yen in wages over his life. And this is 20 billion yen worth of gold. With even 1/100th of this gold mountain, a single human could live their entire life without working. What is labor? Isn't it the very point of human's life, since a person who doesn't work cannot eat? If so, then 200 million yen is enough to make a single person's life complete. And this is 20 billion yen. This would account for the labors of 100 humans. No, a single human life 100 times over. Of course, if you still wanted to work, you could. Any money you gained as a result could all be used to play with. After all, you would already have enough money to live for your entire life, no? For an eternity. No, wait, I mustn't keep it all to myself. I can split it among 100 people. If I could create a world where a full 100 humans wouldn't have to work for their whole lives, just what kind of world would that be? I can almost guarantee you the anarchy. Yeah, there's no doubt at all.
ここが黄金鏡なんだ。